Hey, Vinyl Heads! We made it to 2021, just barely. Thanks for tuning in to our first show of the year, coming from you live in the stock room in the back of Music Record Shop, 3116 Locust, St. Louis, Missouri. Today on this episode, we're gonna go over our top albums of 2020. We've also got some sealed clearance records that we put at a discount that we're gonna try to make way for the new stuff in the new year. For the charity autograph series, we'll be featuring Missouri's own Sarah Evans and her new album Copy That, which is all cover songs. We sent the records to Nashville for her to sign herself. Then for the bargain pick of the week, we'll be featuring Mr. Personality himself, Lloyd Price, his 1969 release Now. I especially want to feature the first track, which is Bad Conditions. Thanks again for tuning in. We're going to get started with those top albums of 2020.
Hey everybody, it's Nick. Just wanted to go through a couple of my top picks. Not really top picks, just albums I really enjoyed coming out last year. A couple of them are just remastered older albums, and then the last one is actual release from 2020. So let's dig in. First, I have two remasters from one of my all-time favorite bands, Between the Buried and Me. We have Silent Circus. Silent Circus was their second album. It's phenomenal sounding. Can't stop listening to this. I almost enjoy the remastered edition a little more than the original mastering, but that could just be me being nitpicky. We have this one in stock, as well as the Colors album. Colors album came out a month ago, like early to mid-December. And I know even the band themselves were saying distribution was not happening for a lot of places, so if you still haven't gotten one or know anybody looking for a copy, we do have it here. I listened to this one as well. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really hear too big of a difference. A little bit in the drums for sure, but otherwise not so much. Either way, still worthwhile. We have it in stock, and regardless of if it's the old mastering or new, it's a really awesome album. On to the new release I picked is Surma. Surma is the lead singer of Tear and his girlfriend. They put together a really great power metal album. She does a lot of the vocals, but when he comes in, he brings it full force, and I would almost put this up with some of my favorite Tear albums. Surma with The Light Within came out I think in October or November, but yeah, this is a solid listen. If you're a fan of Tear or any other power metal albums and don't like too cheesy, this is going to be a one for you. So we have a couple of these in stock actually, so come and get them. And one last thing, speaking about Between the Buried and Me, they are working on a new album that should be out probably later in the year, of course. So this year just got started, but I am very excited to see what they have for us, as they have never disappointed me with any outputs. That's all I got for my favorites. Thanks, have a great one.
2020 top album. I would say Drive By Truckers, The Unraveling. You're saying, well, wait a minute, Scott. The Truckers put out 2 albums this year in 2020, so I got them both here. They've been selling really well. Come in and check them out. If you remember, Drive By Truckers got real political during the Black Lives Matter movement after the Ferguson protests and all that with their last release, American Band. And you'd think they would have come back a little bit, but they delved even more into that political spectrum, if you will, with The Unraveling, which is a really Awesome album. If you can imagine what these songs are about, Thoughts and Prayers was a real good song on there, and it's about school shootings and the lack of gun regulation. 21st Century USA is just a social commentary on modern America, I guess. Babies in Cages, I think we can all infer what that's about, what we saw down at the border this year. And then Awaiting Resurrection is kind of how we're all feeling. But I think because of maybe quarantine and they just weren't touring, they were able to put out a lot more songs. And then I think just because it was 2020 and they had a lot to say, they put out this second album, which is called The New OK. Just came out a couple months ago. It's on red vinyl. And this one also has a lot of political songs, but it's got some other more fun songs that I thought were kind of refreshing, like Sea Island Lonely was recorded in Muscle Shoals, and it's got that real soul vibe to it. It's got horns and keyboards and that kind of stuff. And then The Perilous Night was kind of a single they put out this year, and it's a really rocking song. Check it out. And then they end this album with the Ramones, The KKK Took My Baby Away, which they've been playing on tour for a while now. And as you know, Truckers are a southern kind of country rock band, but they kind of have a punk rock roots. So them doing a Ramones cover is awesome. And that's on this album, The New OK, and then also The Unraveling, both by Drive By Truckers. Both came out in 2020. Come into Music Record Shop to pick them up.
Here at Music Record Shop, we have gotten in a great collection of some rare and eclectic hip-hop, some underground selections. Some of you may have heard of some of these artists, but some you probably haven't. It doesn't make them any less dope for your collection, let me tell you. We wanted to just highlight a few of the standouts. First of all, we have an album by 4AM. This is the official reissue of the ultra-rare 4AM album. This UK masterpiece is a funky 40-minute trip through homemade British synth-pop, electro-jazz, spacey computer funk, and proto-house cuts. Yeah, we've got it here for you for $24.99 right here at Music Record Shop. Another standout is by Cut Chemist. This is his Madman EP. It features musical contributions from Mumbles, Gone Beyond, and D'Antoni Parks. This album showcases the envelope-bending progression of sample-based music and hip-hop experimentation. Definitely an album you need in your collection. We've got it for you here for $17.99. That is a steal. And last but not least, we have Vinny Paz with his album, The Pain Collector. I personally own this album, and Vinny Paz is one of my favorite hip-hop MCs. He is the Jedi Mind Tricks frontman, and this is his fourth solo album. And he shows once again why he is one of the most respected MCs in indie hip-hop, no doubt. This album is a beast, from the lyricism, wordplay, and some of the tightest, toughest beats in hip-hop today. If you're still sleeping on Vinny Paz, let me tell you, wake up, get your ass down to Music Record Shop, and pick up this album. Other notable albums in this collection are by 14 Karat, A-, David Bars, Big Tone and House Shoes, Crustacean, Clever One and Giallo Point, the late DJ Devastate, Iman, Eloquent, Jazz Boys, Chris McCarthy, The Midnight Pine, VA Mutual Intentions, OXP, and Zachy Force Funk. Get down here to Music Record Shop and check out this great collection of rare and eclectic hip-hop. You won't be sorry. Pick up something new for your collection here at 3116 Locust Street in St. Louis, Missouri. Music Record Shop.
Hey, what is going on? It's Nick here again. Just wanted to talk about this clearance section that we have. We got a new shipment of punk and metal stuff, and I really wanted to go through that because there's some pretty top-notch stuff in there. So I'm just going to get going. First off, we have a couple albums from A Day to Remember. I know that they're pretty popular back in the day, and I Actually, they fell off the grid for me, but I'm sure, for some of you, they're still there. But we have their What Separates Me From You album and their Old Record album. Both of them are $15.99, both of which are well below going price. I believe, all of this collection is. From what I remember looking these up, I think these albums were going for roughly about $23 each, so pretty good steal. Might want to pick them up while you can before they go. They're going to be in-store only right now, and then within the next week or so we'll throw them online. Next up, we have this HuSTLe, or HuSTLe as I like to say because I'm American. Zen Arcade double LP, really nice condition, $23.99. Again, that one typically is going for about $29.99, somewhere around there, so great price. Next we have a handful of Lagwagon albums. I'm not very familiar with them, but I do know, I've heard the name around, and I know that they had a following in the punk scene, and I believe so. We have Railer album at $13.99. We have the Hang album at $13.99, and then we have Let's Talk About Feelings, a double LP for $18.99. Great collection of songs at a nice low price. Next up we have the Left Behind. I think this is 2018 or 2019, 2020 release, 2019, called No One Goes to Heaven. We had this one in the last shipment at $17 or $19.99, and we were able to lower the price to $14.99 because we actually got more of them at a cheaper cost. So come pick up this album. Great stuff. And last but not least, we have Stray from the Past, Only Death is Real, $19.99. This is a really great album. We were listening to it the other day, had a lot of Rage Against the Machine vibes. I don't know if that's how all of their stuff is. I kind of remember they changed their sound a little, and I think this might have been the album they did that on. These guys are on Sumerian Records, and the album is $19.99. So come check it out. Again, like I said, all of these albums are available in-store only right now, before we put them online probably next week and a half. So get them while you can, because as soon as they go online, I feel like they'll go pretty quick. I want to thank you for watching, and come on in. Thanks.
Music Record Shop is super excited to present the next record in our charity autograph series. Miss Sarah Evans, legendary country singer from right here in Boonville, Missouri. This is her new record. It's all cover songs, and I think it's kind of personal for Miss Evans. She explains it as the soundtrack of her life. For example, what song did she grow up singing in her family band at 10 years old? What song was playing in the nurse's station when she was in the hospital after getting hit by a car at 8 years old? What song was she listening to when she made her first album after moving to Nashville and signing with RCA Records? You can find out what songs these are, because they're all on Sarah's new album, Copy That. Now take a quick look at this back cover and this character she's got, and then I want to show you the inside of the gatefold. And that character on the back, she actually came up with for this album. She told Rolling Stone, "It came to me, you know what? I should wear wigs for the album artwork because I'm copying other artists. It's a covers record, so when else can I really just go into character?" It's pretty cool. So there's 13 tracks on the record. She visits 6 decades of music, including classic country, 70s rock, new wave. Some of these titles I know you will recognize, like Come On Eileen, My Sharona, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, 6th Avenue Heartache, and Monday Morning, Whenever I Call You Friend. Sarah added this about the character she came up with for this album. I wanted this blonde character to be a combination. Tammy Wynette meets Betty Draper meets the quintessential woman of the 60s who smokes all day and always had cute hot pants and her hair done. I thought that was pretty funny. She did a really great version of My Sharona, so check it out and get your copy of Sarah Evans' new album. Copy that at musicrecordshop.com. Bargain pick of the week time, Mr. Lloyd Price and his 1969 release, Now! Exclamation point. Lloyd Price kind of changed the world with his first song, Loudy Miss Cloudy, which he recorded at 19 years old with Fats Domino and Dave Bartholomew. He also went on to record Stagger Lee and the massive pop hit Personality, hence the nickname. But this guy lived like 3 or 4 lives. Listen to all this other stuff he did. Price discovered Little Richard. He started his own successful record label in his 20s, where he signed Wilson Pickett, helped promote close friend Muhammad Ali's biggest fights, The Rumble in the Jungle and The Thrilla in Manila. And actually, it was Price that got legendary fight promoter Don King into boxing's big time. He was a successful club owner in Manhattan. He served in Korea, and he lived in Nigeria for over a decade, and probably a lot more. He is still alive, and he wrote an autobiography in 2011 called The True King of the 50s, The Lloyd Price Story. I would recommend grabbing that and giving it a read. And for now, listening to the first song on Lloyd Price's album, Now! Exclamation point, in the rock and roll section for $3. This song's a really cool, funky number. It's called Bad Conditions. Thanks for listening to The Vinyl Hustle, and we'll see you down at the record store. Please like and subscribe.